Howdy doody everyone, and welcome to Thank God It's Monday, where 8 players will be playing free-for-all to waste each other out, to just, rip their hearts out and show them still beating to the dying enemies. This time we'll have 8 players with no one being offline when the game starts, and let's start with Teddy Bear, who's the blue Terran, I think the right color now. This will be a challenge. I mean, I never distinguished colors even in my mother language. Now I need to distinguish colors in English. That will be something. This is teal. Is this teal, or is it aqua, or what is this color called? Oh, this is exciting. Right, now the next guy is Mr. Code PL as a purple Terran. And he'll be fighting with one and only the slimy, the jelly-like Mesru, who's playing as the yellow Zerg. And then we have the orange Terran Xander Tango, and we have another jelly-like creature, which is Tox, playing as the green Zerg, and Buddha PL playing as pink Zerg, if I'm not mistaken. And then we have Kashtan, who means chestnut. If you're interested, playing as the red Protoss, and Ario as a blue Protoss to the opposite. And that's all, folks. So right now we have 2 Zergs. There's a big chance of someone going 6-pool, or if not 6-pool, then at least something pool. Come on guys, give me a 6-pool. I love free-for-all games that start with 6-pool. Right, but we don't have any of that. However, I must admit that this map, Zenith, is my absolute favorite. My god. Is my absolute favorite when it comes to casting free-for-all. Because there are so many spaces that you can hide. There are so many spaces where things can go wrong. I mean, I often see players not being able to make a decent wall on this map, because it's just an odd angle, and you are very close to your enemy, so Marines can shoot off your wall before it even finishes. But anyway, it still gets fun. We have Budapel with a nice scouting, sending overlords to his neighbors. Ario not having anything in his base and not even bothering to produce a zealot or more workers. Why would he? I mean, come on, with his abilities. Mr. Code PL has secured himself an expansion, it seems, at the top. We can say the same about Mestre. Teddy Bear is probably noticing that sending this building flying wasn't a good idea, and this single Marine that was devastated, that's the first victim, the first blood on this map. He probably thought before dying, why would my general send me to enemy territory? A single Marine armed with a gun. That's not very impressive when you're fighting bugs. Bugs are not easily impressed. They are a hive mind, so why would they be? And Tox is having a good offense. I mean, you can't say 7 or 8 Zerglings are enough, but it's probably just the right number to keep fending off the Marines that are attacking them from Xander Tango. And also we have Tox with 2 spine crawlers, which should help him secure an expansion perhaps, or at least stay secure at the beginning of the game. Mr. Code PL, on the other hand, is just macroing safely. He made a very special care of it to have a very good wall. These zealots won't be able to hurt him at all. And Buddha PL is also having an expansion. He didn't even try to bit these chip these rocks off. Okay, we have Mestre trying to attack Teddy Bear, and right now the curse of the first lost Marine may come back, and I think he may even lose the Raxes. These Marines are... they will be dead if they are surrounded by the Zerglings, and Mestre goes for that surround, but no! A very nice bait by Teddy Bear, and he didn't lose a single Marine. Mestre was too overconfident here, and he tried to do a surround, but it didn't work out for him. Tox still well and alive, however he needs to secure this base as an expansion. He can't allow the Terran to have it, and especially he can't allow the Terran to out-macro him, which is happening right now. As you can see, Xander Trago He's already securing his bottom base, which should be enough. Now, at the lower section of the map, we have Ario, which already has a first Zealot. My god! Congratulations, mate. Now, this Zealot is probably a little bit anxious. You know, is like the time where you notice that all of your friends are gone and you are left with only strangers on the party, and the strangers seem hostile, and they have antennas and wings, and they smell of slime. So, you know, a typical party in Russia, if you ask me. But then Budapel is probably a cousin of pacifist. He doesn't attack even. Now we have Kashtan. Let's call him Chestnut. Going further, we have Kashtan attacking Buddha. Well, that won't do too well for his karma, but hey. And warping 2 additional sentries. Not too much aggression happening right now. I think all the players are concerned with their fate. It's 8 minutes into the game, but I think it has been much more intense than the previous one. And Maestro is going for some unprovoked aggression, a very nice spine crawler, and the bendings do connect. Most of the Marines are gone, and probably with them Teddy Bear. I would say it will be pretty difficult for him to secure this base. This bunker is going down, there isn't much spot left for defense here, and he has to abandon his settlement and won't be able to carry on further. So that's one player out. Now on the bottom we had Tox attacking with great success. In fact, a little bit of a guerrilla squad that Alexander Trago has sent out. On the bottom we have Buddha. Well, he's probably going for another incarnation right now, because he did not spend his life very well. On this one he's attacking and just living against all rules that the Buddhists may have, but hey, it's just a nickname, it's just internet, no one will judge you, right? The Chestnut is being surrounded by flying buildings. He probably feels that he shouldn't have that last glass of vodka at yesterday's party, but now he's seeing buildings flying around his base all the time, and probably some mice, some white mice coming around the corners of his field of view. Mr. Code Pale is still well bunkered. I think he's showing us the master skill of being a turtle here. Maestro didn't even open these rocks. They will stay here as a protection, really. He wants to see what's the situation on the other front. He wants to see who is he facing from the other end. And Maestro securing an expansion again. So Maestro on 3 bases. Let's sum up. Tox already has 2 and did manage successfully to stay alive despite the attacks from Xander. And we see there might have been a bailing or 2 that did connect with some of his workers. So Xander from a very good position goes to a bad one. And now Maestro is trying to use the general commotion just to do a little bit of damage to Mr. Code and run straight for his workers. Mr. Code isn't very happy, but then the Chestnut backs away, and Mr. Code is just running top to hide at his base, but he doesn't have a bunker, he doesn't have a wall back there, and these Zerglings probably would have been defeated if they have been attack moved by the workers, but for some strange reasons the SCVs just preferred to die. That's okay. Right. Now the Chestnut is in a pretty good situation. He did try to poke a little bit on these rocks, and he's trying to at least destroy some of the Cryptomers that have poked there. And that's it really, guys. Right now Maestro is running around with his Zerglings trying to find the enemy. Mr. Code PL again showing us the turtling skill around the golden base, but I can't say I see him, you know, holding his ground for a long time there. The rest of Teddy Bear's army and buildings are just being destroyed, and he right now just flies around the map, not doing any good. But hey, he has a squad of Marines. If they are the crew of how was that movie called? Indestructibles 2? Expendables 2. Yeah, that was the worst freaking movie I saw in a while. I mean, There was a guy played by Jean-Claude Van Damme who was walking in dark glasses, in sunglasses, at the bottom of a freaking mine. So it was dark everywhere, and he still kept his sunglasses on, and he wasn't blind. Then he killed a guy with a how you call that? A kick, kicking a knife into his chest. That's not enough. When the main heroes, the main characters, were pinned down in a city and surrounded by around 40 guys and a freaking Russian tank, it all just exploded in 1 second. There were lots of bullets flying. They were completely pinned down, so they couldn't fire at all. But then every of the bad guys dropped dead. The tank exploded, and around the corner comes who? Yes, you guessed right. It was Chuck Norris, and they asked him, Chuck, did you bring an army with you? No, I always fly solo. Damn me if that wasn't the worst quote about Chuck Norris I have heard in a long while. Then they went on and they said, oh, Chuck, we've heard that you have been bitten by a king cobra. Yes, I had. And after 7 days of agonizing pain, the cobra died. I mean, who hasn't heard that quote? They could have at least gone for something original, but no, why would they? So, if you have a friend who likes to, laugh about stuff and movies at your place, go ahead and watch the movie. Otherwise, it's just awful. Now we see Mr. Coldpell being wasted. We didn't predict too much life left for him, but hey, Kashtan the chestnut still going right, and he even did waste Buddha next to him. So a good job, Kashtan. At the bottom of the map, Xander has been completely destroyed by Zerglings of Tox, and this is why it doesn't pay off to have one of your neighbors being of a different species. Now on the top of the map we have Mr. Code PL trying to escape, which which won't do a lot of good for him. Mestru is macroed very well, and he will just run along with destroying everything he sees in the near vicinity. Now, one of the other things, and I think most amusing and unappreciated jokes of all times, are not these force fields. These force fields are actually quite decent, but I don't think this army is. So, of this movie, I think the funniest thing was when there was a scene where the whole crew of good guys were escaping on a plane, on a river. So they were trying to fly off the river, and they were being chased by a boat. And on that boat there was a guy, and we thought, my goodness, there are Nobel Prize winners in mathematics hidden in Cambodia, because this guy was chasing them in a boat, and he was shooting off from a mortar. So when we thought about all the calculations he needs to do, the speed, the acceleration, the angle, the waves, the plane freaking flying, when we thought about all of that, we thought to ourselves, my goodness, that must be the greatest mathematicians of our times, wasting his life in a Cambodia jungle, just shooting off the bad guys. And he probably wasn't even mentioned in the credits, so this is how bad this movie was. But hey, it was still good time to watch it and have fun. So that's about the Expendables too. On the bottom of the map, Tox is going and gone soon. Mestru taking his win against Tox with his combination of mainly roaches with upgrades +2/+2. Is there +3/+3? No, there isn't. Mestru, showing us very good multitasking, attacking at multiple directions and attacking at multiple places on the map, while still having his macro up to par. Mestru, have you been playing StarCraft lately? You have seemed to have grown up a little bit. And, at this point in time, most of the players are eliminated by Mestru, and Chestnut isn't giving up I think, yeah, he isn't giving up, but the map is being dominated by Mestru and Tox. Tox only has 2 bases. He didn't take an advantage of additional space here. And let's see, yeah, these rocks are not open. These guys know they are good neighbors. And wow, Mr. Code is still alive, and so is Teddy Bear. And Teddy Bear is harassing Mr. Code's workers with a Helion. That's ballsy. I mean, I'm impressed by this. After being whooped around so many times, you still get some harassment, and then Mestru attacks this base with his drones, which is probably the right thing to do, considering that Mr. Code doesn't have any army left. So anyway, that was a turn of events that wasn't very expected. And Mestru is now again with few roaches attacking Tox, who didn't make a very good use of his fungals and didn't make a very good use of his infestors at all, and right now is facing sudden death, so we may in fact need to finish this one off sooner than we thought. Tox with barely keeping on his feet. I think he will be knocked out very soon. On the other side of the map, Kashtan, the chestnut, is trying to warp in additional buildings, but that won't do him much good without expansions and without an army. So, you know, the moment that Mestru remembers, oh, there was this guy, I think he was playing red, the chestnut, wasn't he? That was on the map. Well, you know, you can easily predict where chestnut will go. You know, alright, so I think we have just reached a conclusion of this game. Mestru is pretty much dominating all of it with some of Tox's army left, and the chestnut is still holding up. We need to appreciate the art of Teddy Bear that did harass with a single Helion. Why is he still getting resources? My god, Teddy Bear has rebuilt his base, but unfortunately Xander Trango, who only has 2 buildings left and as many marines and as many medivacs, he has 2 of everything, had to destroy the last workers of Teddy Bear, who kept on fighting. But hey, Teddy Bear still has some army, so a very nice note for persistence. And I think this should conclude the game, guys. Okay. Most of you are dead or knocked out. So we vote. And pause. So guys, I think this game was so much better than the last one, and sorry to say that, but we just don't like passive games here. I mean, the passive games are the ones you may want to show to your grandma when you're trying to explain what StarCraft 2 is about. When we're doing, thank God it's Monday, we want to show the best and the most exciting and, you know, the most passionate and aggressive games of all time. So who do you think, guys, has won this game? I think it was pretty good, so please let me know and vote for your favorite. Okay, we have 1 vote for Teddy and a couple of votes for Mestru. I think that this game goes to Mestru, and a fair victory it was. Thank you very much, guys, for playing Mestru. I will just say here, Mestru wins. He did own this one. I mean, he has cleared the whole freaking map. So this game goes to Mestru, and thank you very much, guys, for participating. I invite you to visit our online shows more often. I invite you to the Monday games. We'll have more and more of these. I mean, we'll soon start having tournaments on live as well. Thank you very much, Bonnie, for being the moderator and administrator for today. Thank you very much for inviting people to the games, and thank you guys for participating and making this a very good show. So I will stay online. I will stay with you guys to have a little bit of a chat, and by that time I just hope you enjoyed yourself. So see you later, and see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we are doing 2 shows about Dota. One is Dota 2 Academy. The second one will be the best replays of last week. So expect a lot of content, and see you tomorrow.